24 of the fantasy baseball season, and it's pretty much the championship for most fantasy leagues, unless they play a week 25, which obviously is the last week of the season here. But anyway, here's some pitchers that you could add off the waiver wire, and they can help you in your championship game or third place game, whatever you're in right now. The first guy, Nick Lodolo of the Cincinnati Reds. So Lodolo, one of their top pitching prospects coming into the year. 87 and third, 4-6 record, 81 hits, 37 runs, 30 walks, 113 strikeouts, 7 quality starts with a 3.81 ERA and a 1.27 whip. But over the last few weeks here, he's been one of the better pitchers in fantasy baseball, and he's pitched well. 20 and a third, 1-1 record, 13 hits, 5 earned runs, walked, 31 strikeouts, and 3 quality starts here. So he's had some decent matchups and some tough matchups in the time. September 4th versus the Rockies, 6 innings, no decision, 2 hits, a walk, 9 Ks, a quality start. September 9th at the Brewers, 8 innings, got the win in that one, 5 hits, 2 runs, 11 Ks, a quality start. And September 24th versus the Pirates, 6 and a third, got the loss in that one, 6 hits, 3 runs, 11 Ks, and a quality start. So right now, his strikeouts are way up there is Lodolo. He's a good left-handed starter, and he's got a pretty decent matchup tomorrow night versus the Boston Red Sox, so we know he's been struggling of late, and they're not hitting the baseball great. So right now, if you need a lefty and a guy could boost your rotation here this deep in the playoffs and obviously in the championship for most leagues, he's available in 50% of fantasy leagues, and he's definitely the top pitcher I would try to get this week. The next guy is Drew Smyly of the Chicago Cubs. So Drew Smyly's had a pretty decent season this year here in his first season with the Chicago Cubs. On the year for Smyly, 103 and a third, 7 and 8 record, 97 hits, 40 runs, 26 walks, 89 Ks, 5 quality starts, a 3.48 ERA and a 1.19 whip. But over the last couple weeks here, he's been on top of his game. 12 innings, 2-0 record, 5 hits, a run, 13 Ks, a quality start, and also most 7.5 ERA and an 0.767 whip in the time here for Drew Smyly. So Smyly, he's gone out there versus 2 pretty decent ball clubs and gotten wins. September 9th versus the Giants, 7 innings, got the win, a hit, no runs, 2 walks, 8 Ks, a quality start. And September 14th at the New York Mets, in that one, 5 innings, got the win, 4 hits, a run, a walk, 5 Ks. So right now, I know I don't go that deep into ball games. I know this Cub team ain't that great, but this Cub team, believe it or not, earlier last week, they swept the New York Mets, who are obviously the second best team in the National League this season here. So right now, Smyly, he's been pitching good baseball, and his next outing should be at the Miami Marlins, September 21st. Another good matchup for him versus a weak hitting team. And he's a lefty that's getting guys out, and he's getting the job done for fantasy owners. And right now, he's still available in tons of fantasy leagues at 79%. The next pitcher is Kyle Freeland of the Colorado Rockies. So Freeland, he's been up and down this season here for this Rocky team. And this Rocky team, it's been a struggle for them on the year. 160 and a third, 9-9 record, 172 hits, 79 runs, 49 walks, 117 Ks, 12 quality starts, a 4.43 ERA, a 1.38 whip. But over the last few weeks here, he's been pitching great baseball as well. 12 and 2/3, 2-0 record, 9 hits, a run, 4 walks, 13 Ks, 2 quality starts, 0.71 ERA, and a 1.03 whip. So right now, Freeland, I know he's in a tough division with the Dodgers and Padres, even though the Padres have been struggling to hit the baseball of late here. But he's gone out there and he's pitched good baseball. I know not versus the greatest of teams, but he's still getting the job done. September 2nd at Cincinnati, 5 and 2/3 in that one, no decision, 8 hits, a run, a walk, 3 Ks. September 7th versus Milwaukee, 6 innings, got the win, 2 hits, a run, a walk, 8 Ks, a quality start. If September 4th at the White Sox, 6 and 2/3, got the win, 7 hits, 3 walks, 5 Ks, a quality start. So right now, Freeland, he's available in tons of leagues, 92% of fantasy leagues here. And if you need a pitcher that could go out there, give you quality starts, keep his team into the game, and get you some wins as well here, that's a tons of fantasy leagues he's available. And his next matchup's pretty decent. September 20th tomorrow versus the San Francisco Giants. The next pitcher is Pete Fairbanks of the Tampa Bay Rays. I've mentioned Fairbanks over the last few weeks. If you need closer help, a second or third closer on your roster this deep into the season, he's out there in 50% of leagues, and he's having a great year as Fairbanks. 21 innings, 8 saves, 12 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 32 strikeouts, with a 1.35 ERA and a 0.70 whip. But over the last few weeks here, it's been lights out for Fairbanks. 4 1/3, 4 saves, 2 hits, 8 Ks, 2 walks here for Fairbanks. So right now, this Tampa Bay Ray team, we know they're still in the hunt for the playoff spot. We know they've been struggling of late as well here, but Fairbanks, he goes out there and he still gets 1 or 2 saves weekly for this Tampa Bay Ray team. This team's competitive, and if you need saves, obviously in points leagues or head-to-head category leagues, I think Fairbanks is a decent add this week to add as your second or third closer to your roster, and a guy who definitely can help you in that category and possibly win you a championship with the good ERA, obviously the saves, he's getting the opportunities, and right now it's surprising he's still out there in 50% of fantasy leagues. The next guy is Byron Bello of the Boston Red Sox, so one of their top pitching prospects. It hasn't been a great year for him, but over the last couple outings, he's gone out there and pitched decent on the season. 42 1/3, 1-6 record, 51 hits, 24 runs, 21 walks, 42 Ks, a quality start, a 5.10 ERA, a 1.70 whip. But over the last few weeks here, he's starting to calm down and maybe get things going and find it a little on the major league level here. Is Bello 10 1/3, 0-2 record, 9 hits, 3 runs, 5 walks, 13 Ks, but a 2.61 ERA and a 1.35 whip. So right here, I know the record isn't good this season. I know the ERA isn't good. But over the last few weeks, he's been a serviceable player for fantasy baseball here is Bello. And like I said, he had upside. He was good in the minor leagues. He's a top pitching prospect for a reason for this Red Sox team. And he's out there as well in 92% of leagues. So the last few outings here for him, September 3rd, versus Texas, 6 innings, got the win. 3 hits, no runs, a walk, 5 Ks, a quality start. September 9th at Baltimore, 5 1/3, got the loss. 3 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, 7 Ks. And then September 14th versus the Yankees, 5 innings, got the loss. 6 hits, a walk, 6 Ks. So right here, he's gone out there versus Baltimore and the Yankees, 2 pretty good teams, obviously, even though the Yankees are a heavy-hitting team, more than the Baltimore Orioles. And he's pitched decent baseball, and he's got a good matchup September 20th at the Cincinnati Reds, who pretty much struggled hitting the baseball all season. So right now, if you need a guy that could go out there, get innings, helping strikeouts, I know the whip and the walks are going to be bad here for Bello, but right now he's available still in 92% of fantasy leagues, and I believe he can help fantasy owners this week. The next guy, Wade Miley of the Chicago Cubs. So the Cubs, I know they've been a bad team this season, but their pitching, believe it or not, has been pretty solid here. So on the season for Miley, he hasn't pitched a lot, obviously with the injury, missing 4 months of the year. On the season, 28 innings, 1-0 record, 21 hits, 9 runs, 11 walks, 23 Ks, and 2 quality starts with a 2.89 ERA and a 1.14 whip. So Wade Miley, another lefty, and a lot of lefties having success of late here. He's not going to go deep into games. He's a 5-6 inning pitcher at best, but he goes out there and he gives his team a chance to win, and he's available right now in 79% of leagues. September 6th versus Cincinnati, 4 innings, no decision, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks. And September 11th versus the Giants, in that one, no decision, 4 hits, a run, a walk, 5 Ks. So right now his next outing, September 19th, here today at the Miami Marlins. And I think he can have a good ball game. We know the Marlins aren't a good hitting team, one of the weakest teams all season hitting the baseball here. And I think Miley could go in there and help fantasy owners, especially that he's a 2-start starter heading into the week as well. So right now, available in 79% of fantasy leagues. Might not get wins, but he's going to help you in ERA and whip here is Wade Miley. And he's definitely a guy I would try to go out there and get available in all these leagues here. Next pitcher is Greene of the Cincinnati Reds. So Hunter Greene, he got off to a bad start early in the season. Then he got hurt, and now he came back a couple days ago and pitched great. But he's definitely got a good upside. And next season, he's definitely going to help fantasy owners. On the year, 108 2/3, 4-12 record, a complete game shutout, 96 hits, 60 runs, 41 walks, 138 strikeouts, and 7 quality starts. Obviously, he's got to work on the walks, but this guy's stuff is electric, and he's been pitching good baseball the last 3 outings he's had. July 26th versus Miami, 6 1/3, got the loss, 9 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 6 Ks, a quality start. August 1st at Miami, 6 innings, got the win, a hit, 8 Ks, a quality start. And September 17th at St. Louis, 6 innings, no decision, 4 hits, 11 Ks, and a quality start. So obviously he's not going to get you wins. This red team don't give him a lot of run support, but he's going to help you in strikeouts. He's getting quality starts with 3 quality starts in his last 3 outings. I know the ERA is a 4.97 with a 1.26 whip on the season, but like I said, this guy's going to help you in strikeouts. He's getting the quality starts, and he's going 6 or 7 innings. So right now, Hunter Greene, he's available in 66% of fantasy leagues, and he's definitely a pitcher I look to get this week. The next guy's Anibal Sanchez of the Washington Nationals. So the Nationals is another piss-poor team in the league this season here, where they've been one of the worst teams in about 45 games under 500. But Anibal Sanchez, he's turned the clock back a little this season here in a small sample size. On the year for him, 59 and a third, 2-6 record, 48 hits, 29 earned runs, 27 walks, 38 strikeouts, and 2 quality starts. Anibal Sanchez, he's gone out there and he's competing, available in 90% of fantasy leagues with a 4.36 ERA and a 1.24 whip. And over the last couple weeks here, 13 innings, 1-1 record, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 8 walks, and 7 strikeouts. So he's gone out there, he's pitching good baseball, Anibal Sanchez. I know he's on a bad team, but he's had some decent matchups, and he's made the most out of them, except that September 11th outing at Philly. September 5th at St. Louis, 5 innings, got the win. 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks. September 11th at Philly, 2 innings only, no decision, 2 hits, a run, 3 Ks. And September 18th versus Miami, 6 innings, got the loss. 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks. So right here, pitching decent baseball. I know he's in a tough division, and he's on a bad team, obviously, with the Washington Nationals here. But Sanchez, he's giving quality innings. He's going deep into games. And he's a guy to keep in mind this week here. If you need a probable or whatever the case may be, and he's available in 90% of fantasy leagues. The next guy is Roansy Contreras of the Pittsburgh Pirates. So Roansy Contreras, a guy I've mentioned a lot this season here. And the Pirates, we know, are a bad team. But in the future, I think they're going to be a good team. And I still think Contreras can help fantasy owners this week. On the season, 83 and a third, 5-4 record, 71 hits, 30 runs, 35 walks, 74 strikeouts, a 3.24 ERA, and a 1.27 whip. But over the last few weeks here for Contreras, 9 and a third, 1-0 record, 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks, 1.93 ERA, and an 0.96 whip. So he's going out there. He's pitching some decent ball games. I know he's never gone deep into games, 6 innings, the max this season here. But hey, he's going out there, giving innings, not hurting your ERA or whip, and pitching decent. September 3rd versus Toronto, 6 innings, no decision. 4 hits, a run, 2 walks, 5 Ks, a quality start. September 9th versus the Cardinals, 5 and a third, got the win. 4 hits, a run, 2 walks, a K in that one. And September 14th at the Reds, 4 innings, 3 hits, a run, 3 Ks in that one. So right now, his next outing, September 21st with the Yankees, which obviously it could go either way. This Yankee team, they've been in a tailspin over the last 2 months. Some games they hit, and some games they don't. But obviously, they're coming off a 12-run game at the Milwaukee Brewers. So right here, Contreras, I know that definitely could be a tough outing here for him. But if you're in a pinch for a starter or looking for some probables this week here to keep in line with points or categories, I think Contreras is a decent option this week. And the final pitcher I look to get this weekend is Aaron Savall of the Cleveland Guardians. So he's coming back to action. It's Tuesday is Savall, and we haven't seen him since August 28th. So on the season here for Savall, not the greatest of years, mediocre for the first place Guardians. 75 innings, 2-6 record, 78 hits, 45 runs, 20 walks, 75 strikeouts, and 3 quality starts. So right here, 3.88 ERA, 1.12 whip on the season. But he's a guy that has a decent matchup with the Chicago White Sox team. That it's just been a tough season for them, and they haven't hit the baseball to full potential. So the last few games here for Savall, August 23rd at San Diego, 4 2/3, no decision, 4 hits, a run, 2 walks, 4 Ks. And August 28th at the Mariners, 6 1/3, got the loss, 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. So like I said, next outing, September 20th at the Chicago White Sox. I don't think he's going to go that deep into the ball game, but he can help fantasy owners. He's on a first-place club, and if he could go 5 innings and they give him good run support, he definitely could be good in this ball game. And he's available right now in 78% of fantasy leagues. So that's a few pitchers I look to add here for a crucial Week 24 of most championship weeks for fantasy owners in the fantasy baseball season.